Hello and welcome back to Star Wars: The Living Set. Will, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Super excited to come back at you guys with 4 new cards this week.
Yep.
We've spent 2 episodes talking about characters that really have no dialogue.
Yep.
We're back, though, with some characters that have some great dialogue. Some dialogue we can't understand.
Yep.
But we'll get to that in just one second. So first off, hopefully you're joining our show because you like Star Wars, you like some trading cards. In this show, we basically spend time talking about each of the different cards from Star Wars: The Living Set.
Yep.
We're pretty excited about that. So let's jump right into our cards this week. So we've got we're going to start off with card number 157, General Leia Organa from The Last Jedi. So we've actually already done one of her cards before, card number 77 from A New Hope. So this one is going to be all about what happens in The Last Jedi and kind of how they did it.
Yep.
Because unfortunately, Carrie Fisher was not alive for most of the time when they actually filmed this one. So let's do some stats real quick. They made 1,740. 102 PSA, 23 9s, and 77 10s. Obviously a very popular card from a very popular character.
Oh.
So in the movie, The Last Jedi, Carrie Fisher's character, of course, General Leia Organa, is only there for about 8 minutes. So actually it's even less than that.
Roughly, yeah.
But they had about 8 minutes of footage from other movies that they were able to kind of cut her in and add her using CGI around how they did it, which is pretty cool.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. So Carrie Fisher actually died in December of 2016. The Last Jedi came out in December of 2017. So they had to kind of find a way about how to use previous footage to be able to tie into this.
Yep.
So there's a couple of links that I'm going to put down into into the description today. One is with J.J. Abrams talking about how they did this, as well as there's actually another video where they actually kind of show how they break it down to CGI.
Yeah.
A lot of times they actually had to kind of shoot her scene or use the footage and then have somebody else on the other side.
Yeah.
And one of the ones I think that really highlights the best is when Princess Leia is actually hugging Rey.
Yep.
So there's an up close picture of Leia's face. Then there's an up close picture of Rey's face.
Yep.
And they're hugging, but they're actually not live hugging each other.
Yeah.
And the way they actually broke this down was they actually took the video from the other 8 minutes they had, got down to just her face, and then kind of did CGI everything else around it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, wasn't it?
It's awesome.
Yeah, so I thought it was a great way to kind of wrap the character up, kind of be able to take some information they had before. But check out the videos that I'm going to link in here. It's really cool how they did it.
It's awesome.
And I thought it was a great way to kind of bring an end to the character.
Yeah.
Anything else on that one for you?
I don't think so.
All right.
That was pretty quick.
If you want to watch, it was very quick. If you want to watch other stuff about a little more backstory about, of course, about Princess Leia, go back and watch one of our previous videos where we actually did the card from A New Hope, where obviously there's a lot more information there.
Lots.
All right. Next card, 158. We're going to stick with the Organa family.
Yeah, we are.
Not blood related,
No.
but still family.
Yep.
This one is Queen Breha Organa from Revenge of the Sith.
Yep.
We're going to do stats real quick on this one. They made 1,328, 47 PSA, 13 9s, and 34 10s so far. So if you remember at the end of Revenge of the Sith, after Luke and Leia are born, Senator Organa, Bail Organa says, my wife and I has always wanted a girl. And so they take Leia back to Alderaan. So there's the scene at the end when there's Bail and then Breha Organa holding a baby.
Yep.
And that's obviously Princess Leia.
It is.
However, in that movie, that was actually Rebecca Johnson, who was the actress for that, a lot of theater. However, this character actually comes back in Obi-Wan. Right? So when you think about an Obi-Wan, there's very young Princess Leia, which right behind your head, right? Very featured in Obi-Wan. So the mother in that one was actually played by Simone Kessel.
Yep.
Not sure why they had different actresses. I'm not really sure what happened. But again, interesting that we first see Breha Organa as just holding Leia really with no lines.
Yeah.
I don't think she has any lines.
No, I don't think so.
And then all of a sudden, a lot of acting and a lot of lines in a lot of stuff in Obi-Wan, which is great. And I'm a big fan of Obi-Wan. I thought the girl Vivian who played Princess Leia, young Princess Leia, I thought she did a great job.
Amazing job.
Yep. So that was cool. And then of course we got her to sign that, which was pretty cool. Breha Organa was, of course, if you want to get some more backstory, there's a ton of backstory online about different things that she did in the rise of her power and what she did for the people on Alderaan and what she did for all the different things. Lots of things.
So
Unfortunately, like everyone else who was on Alderaan,
Yep.
did not survive the blast from the Death Star.
You know what it's like? It's just like Scarif.
It is like Scarif, yeah.
Whoever's on there just kind of dead.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
It's
So
really sad to think about, especially with like Bail Organa and all the stuff that he does in the Clone Wars and also the movies and stuff.
yep.
It's I like every time that I think about it, it's just crazy to think that he is like gone in the Star Wars universe.
Yep, yep, absolutely. Well, I mean, it did happen a long time ago, so
In
I
a
think most
galaxy
people,
far, far
yeah,
away.
in a galaxy far, far away. So again, two great cards from the Organa family, and then the next card we have. I know you've been waiting for this one forever.
I've been waiting a long time.
So card number 159 is Chopper from Rebels.
Woo!
Now, interestingly enough, about 15 minutes ago,
Yep.
we just finished watching Rebels.
We watched the last two episodes. The one where Governor Price attacks, and then Ezra and Red are like, "We tricked you," and then of course the final episode when Ezra has to sacrifice himself, and then we had to wait like 4 to 5 years to see what actually happened. We just watched those two episodes.
Yeah, so I had not watched Rebels. We started watching it a while ago, and we just wrapped it up now. And of course, I've seen all of Ahsoka. So if you haven't seen Rebels, I highly recommend it. In fact, we might even do a video reviewing it.
We definitely
But we went to Star Wars Galaxy Edge 2 years ago,
2, 3 roughly.
somewhere around there, almost 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And they have the ability where you can go and build droids. The Droid Factory, which highly recommend it. Very cool.
Yeah.
So I built an R2D2 because that's
You're
what,
an R2D2 fan.
that's what I grew up on. I'm old. That's how it works. Ruth, our wife, my wife, actually, she built like a purple
BB-8.
BB-8,
Yeah.
and you said, I'm going to build Chopper. And what did I say to you that day?
You were like, "Are you sure you want to do it?" And I was like, "Yes, I am." And you said, "Okay, you do you."
But I was like, who's Chopper, right?
Yeah.
So here's what you built. So you're able to build Chopper that day, which was pretty cool.
It's not an exact replica, because for any big Rebels fans, you know that he has 2 different mandatory struts. I asked if it was possible to have 2 different ones. They said no. So I got as close as possible, but I was just super hyped because I had seen it in a video about Galaxy's Edge that someone had also made Chopper, and I was like, I need to do that. I need to. I am required to do that.
Yeah, so now that I've watched Rebels, I fully understand why you made Chopper.
Yeah.
But I can recall that day you saying, I'm going to build Chopper, and I almost said, I don't know who that is. And I think I did say that.
Yeah, you were like, I don't know who that is, but okay.
Yeah, I was like, okay, great. We're going to spend money, and you're going to build something I've never heard of.
Yep.
However, after watching Rebels, I get it. All right, so tell us about Chopper.
So Chopper, this one is from Rebels. Before we get too far, and we also do see him pretty recently in Ahsoka with live action.
Yeah.
Also amazing show. Highly recommend it.
Yep.
We're on to stats quick. They made 1,332. 69 have been graded by PSA. 16 9s and 50 10s. Now, this part's kind of funny. The voice of Chopper, a.k.a. C-110P is his actual name.
Yep.
But the voice is Dave Filoni.
Yeah, it seems like Dave kind of just stepped in and did a lot of voices.
He did.
On whether it's Rebels or Clone Wars or
Yeah.
everything else. So, again, shout out to Dave Filoni for doing a great job.
Yeah.
Okay?
But then the interesting thing is that almost all of Chopper's dialogue is not understandable or incomprehensible.
Yep.
But they still wrote down all these lines for Dave Filoni to read in the Chopper voice, which I thought was really funny.
Yeah. Can you imagine sitting down and here you are, Dave, trying to go with the Chopper voice?
Yeah.
But then still do it. I thought that was kind of cool.
One of my favorite parts, though, is that at some points in Rebels and Ahsoka, you can almost kind of hear him actually saying like actual words.
Yeah.
Well, I was telling you before, in Ahsoka, when Hera is chasing after one of the Imperial guys, and Chopper is trying to find something, and then he says something, and Hera's like, it's somewhere, I put it somewhere over there. You can almost kind of hear him say, where is my stuff? And then and I actually watched this video where they added the actual dialogue. They somehow got it. Added it in, and you can really tell that that's actually what he's saying.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then apparently Dave Filoni had the R2D2 builder club member Michael McMaster.
I think it's McMaster.
McMaster.
Yep.
Okay. Build a fully operational version to study how it moved and stuff in 87 days for the show.
I thought this was really cool. So, when Dave was getting ready to think about making Rebels and how to kind of do that, and then, of course, I'm sure that bled into Ahsoka.
Yeah.
They built a full-size version of Chopper to be able to kind of study how does it move, how does it interact, what is that going to look like? Because obviously, if you've seen Rebels, Chopper is a very active R2 unit.
He's a very important character in the show.
Or actually not R2, but C1 unit, I should say. Unlike R2D2, who in the original movies just kind of rolls around.
He just rolls around. He has a few little beeps and whirs, but he's really just like rolling around.
R2 gets a lot more active in the cartoons and gets a lot more active in the future.
He really does in the cartoons.
But when you think about Chopper, obviously Chopper, he's got a rocket he's flying around. He's got
Yep.
arms all over the place.
Yep.
He's very active. So I thought it was a cool way that Dave Filoni kind of did that to kind of be able to understand that. And then you also mentioned, of course, we see live version of Chopper in Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. All right, anything else on Chopper for us?
I don't think so. Just that I love the character. As you said, he is a very descriptive and animated droid. I love how I've seen a bunch of different posts and stuff about people making comments about, like, Chopper has the most death count of, like, all droids
No,
or
that's
whatever.
funny.
Like, R2-D2 obviously has the most, but I'm pretty sure Chopper is in second place. But I just think it's really awesome. I love the character. He's amazing. I've seen so many funny things about it. And the way that he just... There's one part in Rebels where he's rolling around on his one wheel, as he sometimes does, and he has 2 blasters in his arms, and he's just flying around, just shooting all these stormtroopers. It's the funniest thing ever.
Got it. Well, again, if you get a chance to go to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, I highly recommend checking out the Droid Factory. Whether you build Chopper, whether you build R2, whether you build BB-8, whether you build whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's a really cool experience.
Amazing experience.
All right, last card for this week, card number 160, Toro Calican from Mando.
Yeah.
So tell us about this character that kind of brings a lot of things together, doesn't he?
It really does.
All right.
So, Toro Calican, now you're probably saying, who is this guy? He's in Mando. So
I don't think they ever say his name.
I don't think they do either.
Yeah.
But this guy is basically the bounty hunter who helps Mando try to get Fennec Shand. And I'm pretty sure it's pretty early in the season. I think like episodes 6 or 7, somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
But he and Mando obviously team up to try and go get Fennec Shand.
Let's do our stats before we get too far into
You do
it.
stats quick. I almost forgot. They made 1,269, 28 have been graded by PSA, 11 9s, and 16 10s.
Okay.
Okay, before we go into which character, we're going to do the actor quick.
Okay.
The actor is Jake Cannavale?
I think so.
Cannavale?
Yeah,
Okay.
go with that. That's
Yeah.
fine.
And then he's basically a human male who is trying to get to the Bounty Hunters Guild, and he's basically trying to go after Fennec to try and get a really big hit, and then get like all this prestige and honor in the Bounty Hunters Guild.
Yeah, he's trying to get into the guild, right?
Yeah.
And I think Mando finds him, of course, where everything happens in the Star Wars universe, in the cantina.
In a cantina.
Right,
Yeah.
that's where the whole world revolves around, is the cantina.
Yup.
Not really unlike in the human world, where everything happens at a bar or a restaurant. Maybe you're too young for that, but
Yeah.
you know, again, that's not that much different. So
Yeah.
okay,
As I said before, he obviously helps Mando hunt Fennec Shand, and then of course shoots her.
yeah. So really interesting, and this is where things kind of come together.
They really do.
When you think about the other world. So they capture Fennec. They're there, and then Mando goes.
To get a speeder or something like that.
You have to get a dewback or you get a speeder or
Yeah.
something like that. And so Toro is supposed to be there to watch Fennec. Fennec says, "I'll make you a better deal." And then what? And then Toro does what?
And then Toro goes, pew!
Yeah, shoots her in the stomach.
Yep, right around here-ish,
Yep.
roughly, I think.
Kind of leaves her for dead.
Yeah,
Mando comes back, I think, and sees her dead, I believe.
yeah, or supposedly.
Supposedly dead. And then Mando goes back into town, and then that's where, of course, Toro has taken Grogu as a hostage.
Yep.
Obviously, Mando doesn't like that.
Mando's like, no, you didn't, and then he obviously...
Yeah. So the interesting part about this character, though, so here's Fennec lying in the Dune Sea, we'll call it,
Yeah.
and then suddenly at the end of the episode, there's another character that walks up, but we don't know who that is.
We don't see his face. I think we briefly see him. We see him kneel down.
Yep.
And then his head's about to come into view, and then the episode ends.
Yeah.
That's all we get.
And then who does it turn out to be?
It turns out that is Boba Fett.
Yeah. When Boba was actually training, I think, with the Tusken Raiders.
I believe so. Either
Or shortly after.
During that or shortly after. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, kind of a tie-in of, if Toro doesn't shoot Fennec,
Yep.
and if they just bring Fennec in for the bounty,
Yep.
we don't have Fennec hanging with Boba. And as you've seen, if you've watched Boba Fett, Fennec is the person that keeps Boba Fett alive a whole bunch of times.
In one of the first episodes, when they get attacked by the whatever guys like the red
Oh, yeah,
suits
yeah,
with
yeah.
the shields,
Yep.
Boba would have died.
Yep.
Or gotten
Captured, whatever.
If Fennec wasn't there, because they like get them all down, and then Fennec like shoots one of them, and then obviously Boba's able to escape. But
Yeah.
if she hadn't been there, Boba Fett could have ended it right there.
So who knew that Toro Calican would tie all these shows together? So great job, Toro.
Yeah.
Even though you didn't survive But even though I don't think you were named on the screen, you helped
I don't
us
think so.
survive with that. So,
Yeah.
all right, anything else for this week?
I don't think so.
All right, favorite card of the week?
Oh God, I hadn't thought about this before. You go first.
I'm going Chopper. I'm going Chopper just because I love the way it looks. I love the way the shading. I like everything about it. I like the Chopper card the best.
I'm agreeing with Chopper.
Okay, we agree yet again. Chopper, our favorite
Yep.
card of the week. All right, so again, thank you guys for watching our show.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to Kris Penix, who is still doing all the artwork for these. We're about 70 cards away from when we actually bring in another artist where they end up doing one each week, which is exciting. But again, great job by Kris for doing these.
Yeah.
I would like to say you can go to Topps.com to get cards. However, unfortunately, as of last week, that was the last time you can do that.
Very sad.
They ended the series at card number 500, at least for now.
Hopefully they'll bring it back.
But if you're interested, the cards are always available on eBay. They're available in other places.
Yeah.
So hopefully you like them. Hopefully you check them out. Otherwise, we'll see you guys soon.